What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. We are going to be watching a video about UFC fighters who had breakable chins. At one point their chin got broken. This is when fighters have those iron chins, those grande chins. They're unstoppable. You can't really stop them until one fight, one night, their jaws get broken. So we'll see. Check out this little video created by let's give us some support to the fighting business. Make sure to subscribe to the fighting business 100%. So this is gonna be, I haven't seen part 2. I haven't seen part 1. This is part 2. I haven't seen part 1, but I will get to it if this gets some good reception. But yeah, let's go check it out, man. When unbreakable chins get shattered, part 2 by the fighting business. So I'm pretty sure this is all UFC.
Brutal knockouts make the MMA world go round and round.
Ooh.
They are the cornerstone of the sport.
Hold up, son. Perfect.
And no matter who you are, hardcore fan round, they are the
Dude, yep, this right here. This was a brutal KO for Kamaru Usman, man. Kamaru Usman, former pound for pound, got his chin shattered by one of those kicks, man. He fainted. Edwards fainted. He did a feint jab and then switched it up and hit him with a beautiful kick to the side of his neck. It was crazy.
Cornerstone of the sport.
Boom.
No matter who you are, hardcore fan or casual, a gnarly lights out knockout on a UFC card makes the whole event worth it. But then you see a durable
Yeah, man, that's just crazy. Dude, Kamaru Usman, bro.
athlete getting
It's
murked in
crazy.
vicious fashion. And after the rush of adrenaline wears off, you can't help but think to yourself, that did not look good at all. Once a chin is cracked,
Yeah, if McGregor got his chin cracked so many times, man.
you're done at the top level, and the damage catches up to everyone eventually. It doesn't matter who you are, and it doesn't matter how
That
good
Mark
a chin
Hunt?
you think you have. The right shot will find you, and it is game over after that.
Yeah, man, not everyone's unbreakable. At one point, you get somebody who will break you.
We've seen this time and time again after all. Welcome to the fighting business. Here is part 2 of Unbreakable Chins getting
Make sure
shattered.
to check him out,
In the
man.
First installment. Try not to
Make sure to check him out for sure, man. Check him out.
wince. It's just a part of the sport, and maybe this video will inspire future MMA fighters to protect themselves at all time.
I mean, it's hard to protect yourself. It's tough to not to get hit.
Number 1, Mark Hunt. Mark Hunt was a popular heavyweight fighter in Pride FC. He was not the most well-rounded, and he never held the world championship, but he was a tough and game heavyweight brawler, and he had one hell of an iron chin.
Oof.
Former kickboxing champion, Mark Hunt was nearly impervious to damage. Wanderlei Silva Barrage did nothing to him. Crow Cop's signature kick to the head.
Oh
faded.
shit.
Melvin Manhoff was the only guy who damaged him, but Hunt was still not completely out. That's how tough Hunt was, and despite fighting some of the most dangerous heavyweights in Pride, his chin was intact by the time he entered the UFC. After putting together a short win streak, Mark Hunt was granted a number 1 contender fight against former champion Junior Dos Santos at UFC 160, and it was a dream matchup. 2 of the hardest hitters in the MMA world going head to head, and the fight lived up to the hype and much more. JDS was one step ahead of the Pride heavyweights, landing some of the most brutal overhand strikes you
Oh
will ever
fuck.
see. But Hunt ate every shot and kept moving forward. In the 3rd round, Junior switched his tactics and cracked Hunt on the dome with a
Oh
spinning kick.
damn.
Finally did it. The kick to the head finally cracked Hunt's iron
Oof.
jaw, and the Super Samoan was out of it. At that time, JDS was the best striker in the heavyweight division, and even he couldn't put Hunt down with punches.
It's a matter of who could take a lot more, and I did. So he lost, and this is my hood.
When you can't punch him out,
Damn.
kick him unconscious.
Mark Hunt, man.
Conor McGregor.
Don't even know whether I'm that upset.
Damn.
I don't know.
Connor's chin is crazy.
That's it. What can you do? I'm happy for them.
Conor McGregor has long been hailed as one of the finest strikers in MMA, and it's damn well deserved. Precise, powerful, and
Bro, Connor on his prime, man, he was literally unstoppable, bro. When he had that hunger, just he at the top. That hunger that he had, you know, took him to, you know, where he ended up, you know, becoming a champion. It got him up there, but as soon as he got all that money and all that fame and all that hunger just lingered away. You know, we now have a Conor McGregor that is unknown because this Conor McGregor is completely different. He literally looks just more I don't know, it doesn't seem as interested as he was once anymore. So he should just, in my opinion, he should just hang up the gloves, man, because if he's not taking this shit seriously and he comes back and fight, he's gonna get embarrassed, man. Like, you gotta take this shit seriously if you wanna be at the top, or else you're gonna get raspy.
Fast, McGregor rose to the top of the MMA world due to his finesse in the striking arts, but people often overlook his chin. During his featherweight run, McGregor was rarely even punched clean, but when he stepped into the cage against Chad Mendes at UFC 189, fight fans got a glimpse of his iron chin.
Look at the size, look at the difference though. Jesus.
Mendes at UFC 189. Fight fans got a glimpse of his iron chin. Mendes, probably the hardest hitter at 145, caught him with a series of brutal looking blows, but Conor just smiled at him. He was rocked against Nate Diaz, Floyd Mayweather, and Khabib. But in each instance, McGregor was exhausted, and while he was stunned, he was nowhere close to being finished. You could out-wrestle him, but you were never going to knock him out. That was simply impossible. But then UFC 257 happened.
My whole career has aligned me for tomorrow night, and I'm here to be victorious and get my hand raised by any means necessary. I'm leaving it all out there. Let's go.
In a rematch against Dustin Poirier, McGregor started the fight well, looking to be the faster striker. But in the second round, he was cornered along the cage, and a right hand from Dustin sent him stumbling to the floor. The follow-up strike knocked him unconscious.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's just not the same anymore. I'm pretty sure he wasn't even training the same as he was once. You know, when he was at the top, or when he was coming at the top. He was probably training a lot better than what he is during this camp. I'm pretty sure he wasn't taking it as seriously as he normally would anymore. And you know, this is a consequences. You get your ass beat.
There and then, Conor McGregor was knocked unconscious. We had seen him smashed and strangled on the ground, but put out cold like that? That knockout loss was definitely the end of the McGregor era.
Yeah, 100%.
Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, let me take this from you. Man,
Rampage Jackson.
I was trying to knock his ass out because Chuck was headhunting.
From 2004 to 2007, Chuck Liddell was the best light heavyweight in the UFC. His sprawl was the best at that time, and his chin was absolutely legendary. So much so that the Iceman did not bother with defense. His game plan was to eat one to give one.
Chuck had like this tendency to keep his chin straight up.
And he was pretty successful with it, becoming champion and building up one of the most impressive resumes in the 205-pound division.
Also, Chuck, for most of his early career, was so tough that he would literally invite guys to punch him. He didn't give a fuck.
Jesus Christ, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's why he fell in love with his chin, I guess. He probably fell in love with his chin, man.
But once the firefight started happening, he would rely on his chin because his chin was granite.
By 2007, Liddell had defeated most of the fighters in the UFC light heavyweight division, but the influx of talent from Pride FC presented the Iceman with a bunch of new challengers. One of those challengers included Quinton Rampage Jackson, someone the Iceman knew very well. Rampage held a victory over the UFC light heavyweight champion in 2003, and Liddell was ready to avenge that loss at UFC 71. He was a much more seasoned fighter than before, but Quinton just had his number. In the early moments of the rematch, a brutal right hand ended the championship reign of the Iceman and sent him on a horrific downward spiral. Iron chins had cracked before, but Chuck served as the first high-profile example in MMA. After the Quinton knockout, the Iceman never really recovered, and he suffered a slew of nasty defeats all the way to the end of his career.
Damn.
He suffered a slew of nasty defeats all the way to the end of his career.
Chuck has still not made up his mind about taking another fight, and he's still open to the idea of fighting again.
Oh, nah.
Idea idea of fighting again.
Even you could tell even Dana's like, bro, just no more fighting for Chuck, man. He's gonna get a brain damage or something.
Number 4, Kamaru Usman.
Yeah, this one right here, Kamaru Usman.
That is very fucking dangerous when guys fight like that.
In 2019, the welterweight division entered a second era of dominance, and the man behind it all was Kamaru Usman. At UFC 235, Usman dethroned Tyron Woodley, a dominant champion in his own right. He proceeded to clean out the division, notching 5 title defenses over the next few years. As a fighter, Usman was damn near unstoppable, and his style revolved around non-stop pressure.
It's so rare that there's now a phrase coined just for him. It's called lapping the division. I've never heard that term in all of MMA. Dana White came out.
Dude, Child's voice is just funny. Like, yeah, I don't know. He just has a funny voice to explain things, you know. I like it.
Kamaru Usman, for when you beat everybody and now you're beating them a second time. It's called lapping division.
Whether it was Jorge Masvidal or Kobe Covington, Usman would pressure and pressure.
Oof. Oh, damn.
Due to his style, he often endured a number of significant strikes per fight, but his chin never failed him. With each successful defense,
Look at him.
Usman looked more and more indestructible. And at UFC 278, we expected a
Oh,
repeat against Leon Edwards.
Jesus.
But one thing I have to say is, taking what from who?
After a bad first round, Usman took over the fights, and by the 5th, everyone assumed that Leon Edwards was broken and trying to survive to the final bell. But then he landed a head kick
Oh.
that created the Nigerian nightmare and left him unconscious on the canvas, all in a split second. And it took more than a minute for reality to sink in. As mentioned before, Usman had the reputation of an indestructible fighter, and none of us expected him to get knocked out like that. Gilbert Burns couldn't do it. Jorge Masvidal couldn't do it. But Leon Edwards did. He was seconds away from another brutal defeat to the Nigerian nightmare.
Damn, that was a crazy fight, bro. That was a crazy fight. I literally thought Leonard was done, man. I literally thought he was done. But then that beautiful speech that Leon Edwards trainer gave to encourage him, you know, to give him energy, believe, hope. Managed to get on Edwards' head, and he managed to capitalize.
Good job, Rocky. I'll see you soon.
Getting sparked unconscious at 35 years of age, one can only wonder how the former champion will bounce back after a loss like that. But if anyone can do it, it's definitely Kamaru Usman. This sort of video makes sense every couple of months because we see this brutal spectacle time
Oh,
and
that
time
beautiful
again. I'm
spin.
sure we'll see it all over again through 2023, but
Spin.
I do fear the day I have to put Max Holloway on a list like that.
Oh,
Can we get an
man.
exception to the general rule? I guess not. And that's the sport we all love. Something is wrong with us. Alright, I gotta bounce. I'll catch y'all in the next one.
Oh, that was the last
Peace
one?
out.
Alright, man.
What about your biggest disappointment?
Well, that was it, boys and gentlemen. That was when Unbreakable Chins get shattered, the UFC version. And we saw some legends, you know, Chuck Liddell, Mark Hunt, Kamaru Usman. They got there just destroyed. But yeah, man, thank y'all for watching. This was, make sure to subscribe to The Fighting Business. You know, The Fighting Business. Subscribe, give it a like, and you know what I'm saying. If you guys want more, just put it down in the comments, and you know, let me know, man. Let me know.
Disappointment.